Hello. Now we continue our something unspoken. Is one act to play that we finished two important classes that has been over. Now we come to know that we have reached there the climax situation where I would have, but you were concerned over the me. I am not concerned over the meeting. Cornelia is very stubborn that she is not worried about the election. If they elect, they can. Otherwise, I will join in another club and become a regent. What is the matter of a word that is a regent? Just like Shakespeare's character one Falstaff, a very big, beautiful drama, Henry IV. He says, "What is your name? What is the meaning of name? What is the significance of name? What is name? What is the meaning of name? What is the importance of name? Name is nothing, it is only a word. And what is a word? The word is only an air. And what is an air? Air is nothing. Just like, what is regent? Who wants regency? Nothing. What is the word? It is only an air. Just like Cornelia discarding the position. But in the inner mind, she wants to become a regent of the club. Cornelia, you find 14 acres of the desk in the library when you go to take care of the correspondence. 14 other roses. Now the last moment, one rose flower, beautiful fragrant rose flower present to Grace. Cornelia telling, once you go downstairs, you will find 14 other flowers in the vase. It shows my gift to you. 14 other roses. Yeah, now total 15. How wonderful. Why 15, ma'am? How long have you been here, dearest? You have been under my service as a secretary for 15 years. Now 15 flowers I am ready to give you. How long have you made this house a house of roses? Your presence is just like a rose flower to me. Just like love is like red rose. Your presence in my house these 15 years just like a flower which gives me fragrance. So I cannot simply avoid you. You are my inner part of a heart. House of roses. House of the roses. And some people have a confusion. What is the difference between house and home? Alright, people say home. Alright, that very technical word like, but you see home, H-O-M. Home and house. Technically when we do a research, house is only a building, whereas home is a house where family lives. Alright, so house and home is different. Alright, in the same way that you have to in the way of uses, just like he brought something to a house. He brought apples to house, okay? But suppose you get a sentence, he was brought home. A modern researcher says he was brought home means what? In the coffin as a dead body came to the house. So this is the way of the research is now going. He was brought home means he died somewhere. He was brought in a coffin to the home. So house and home is different. Home is a house where family, father, mother, children together living. Whereas house need not be a home. Here in the sense that you made my house because husband already died. Because nobody is there with Cornelia. Only one companion, Grace. So my house is not home. Alright, my house now became house of roses because of your presence. What a nice way to put it. What of course, I have been your secretary for 13 years. Cornelia, 18 years my companion. You are my companion for 8 years. So I took to you to my secretary. A rose for every year of rose. What charming so to be to observe the occasion. First I thought, at the first time I thought to give you pearls and jewels. but to afford. Just like Pavaratty telling, oh, Bimberton, Luna, I stop all adventures of the life because incidental expenses are very heavy. Why? You also demanded a huge amount from me, hiding the truth that you read Packletite's Tiger, a very beautiful story by Saki. In the same way, snobbish people like this Cornelia will be always there. What a charming sort of day. Oh dear, stupid machine is playing the same record. Use Grace, please stop this record. The same music, like they're going. Let it stop. Please go and stop it. Let it, ma'am, let it. Like it. Just like, sit down. Yeah. It was 15 years ago this morning on the 6th of November that someone who was sweet and gentle and silent and shy, quiet little widow arrived for the first time in 7 Edgeworth Drive. The season was autumn season. Yeah, I do remember your appearance in my house. 15 years ago, that particular autumn season that you came, the season was autumn. I had been raking dead leaves on the rose bushes to protect them. I heard footsteps on the gravel, light, quick and delicate footsteps spring on the middle autumn. Looked up and saw the spring was a little person so thin that light there was shiver made of silk and white parasol, that you underline technical word, just like umbrella, or like parasol, umbrella, grey satyrs. It is sounded, yeah, I do remember, miss. It should like a first paragraph of the Women's Magazine's story. What a cutting remark. I did not mean that way. What other way you would mean? Cornelia, you know how I am. I always a little embarrassed by your sentiment, aren't I? See, once I came here, I never thought to continue in service. But you are out of unconditional love. What out of your embracing attitude? I thought the remaining years of my life, I would spend here. Such a beautiful, very considerate woman. You have always maintaining a sisterly attitude to me. So I love you very much. Grace, people who do not know you will know, people know about astound to hear it. Cornelius called that grave the dignified expressing yourself, Cornelia. People who do not know me, well, everybody will be there. Yes, I think, and you, Cornelia, you must admit the sentiment, Cornelia. Is nothing like me silence? The clock ticks loudly. Am I sentenced to silence for the time? I just like, all night like me. That don't you water like me too? Oh, may deny it, Cornelia, as much as you please. But it is evident to me. You are completely unstrung by your anxieties. Unstrung. Got loose, just like in a confused manner, unstrung over the conflict. Your mind is somewhere else, right? I know. You are thinking about election, whether you are elected in the club or not. Am I right? You were just like, oh, Cornelia, yeah, another thinly varied insult. Cornelia, please. Oh, Cornelia, please. If I have said anything wrong, I beg your pardon. If I tell you, all right, something wrong, that I beg your pardon. My humble apologies, Cornelia. I don't want your apologies from you. Grace, thank you for the roses. What you have given me gift like roses, I give you very much thanks. I don't want your thanks for either. All that I want a little return of affection. Underline. I don't want your thanks. Everybody can give me thanks, but I want only affection. You just try to love me. I want your love. You just give me love. That's enough. But sometimes a little. You have that always, Cornelia, and one thing more, a little outspoken too. Again, I have been thinking that Grace is a woman and a companion to me who gives and pretends to love me. Has something unspoken in your mind to me, right? Yeah, rising, Cornelia. Sit down. Don't leave the table. I want to talk to you more. Is that order, huh? You are telling me order to sit? Yeah, order. I don't give orders to you, but I make a request. Sometimes request of an employer hard to distinguish from orders. Grace telling, your way of talking to me, whether it is order or a request, to identify it is difficult for me. Please turn off the Victorian. that you put another gramophone record so that, no, I don't, I do. I left the term something unspoken between us. Don't you think there is always something unspoken between two people? You mean that always I keep something secret in mind that I do not talk to you? That mean? I see no reason for that, Grace. But don't great many things exist without reason. What does it mean? Let us not turn into the metaphysical discussion. Cornelia telling, don't go out of our present world. You don't talk something. Some people are there talking something metaphysical, talking something philosophical, talking something above our average reasoning power. That which does not interfere our daily talk. I don't want to philosophical talk with him, Cornelia. Let us turn to the metaphysical discussion, all right? But if you mystify me, it is very simple. Just to see that there is something unspoken between us. Underline that. 157 top. Unspoken between us. That is the title selected for that one act to play. Unspoken. Why are you looking at me like that? How am I looking at you? With positive terror? Cornelia, why you are talking? You are, but I am going to be shut up. Go and continue, please. Cornelia, I will. No, let me ring. Then I will take. Always. Sudden phone began to ring. Do just let me off the hook, I told you. I can't stand it. Be still, someone can hear you. Hello, voice telling, hello, Cornelia Scott, like this is the voice invisibly present there. Voice of the telephone fall down. Now it begins to say, hello, Cornelia Scott. Cornelia takes the phone nowadays. Now stop that. Stop the silly little female trick. Grace, you see there is something unspoken. There is, we don't know. But I don't know something better unspoken. Oh no, silence between two people has what is impenetrable between them. Maybe between us in such a wall, one that is impenetrable. Maybe you break. I know I can't. I can't even attempt to. You are the strong one of the two, surely. That both have grave, but the same. In the velvet dressing gown, you look like an Emperor Tibress. Underline, Emperor Tibress. Grace telling, oh Cornelia, sometimes people say you are very snobbish and arrogant and proud. But I feel sometimes you are just like an emperor wearing a very attic of what is a majestic dress, and you look what is called iron. Color of iron means dress of a queen, dress of a king, Emperor Tiberius. Underline that. Iron gray invisible looking people nearby, all some frighten you. All the people, once they watch you, they are terrified by the way of your appearance. They feel you are forced and admire you. They come to you, hear opinion. They cannot say anything because you look very, very majestic in style. Unreachable style. So people are worried about you. What is improper attitude, bills of conquest, or you found enough wisdom? And I understand you are very, very, very wise lady. You have a wisdom, but nobody can reach nearby you because of your majestic in style. That fortnight, all of your real estate holdings, and this elephant has no idea about elephant. Grace telling in a judicious flattery way that you are a very great woman. You are a great wise woman. You are worshipped and respected by all. And they do not come to you because they are afraid of you. Why? Because you are in majestic style. Why? Because you are arrogant. Why? Because you have plenty of riches. Why? You have so many estates. So people definitely are afraid of you. That you have to keep in mind. All of your real estate holding, your blue chips stocks, your bonds, your mansion. You have a big palace-like houses, bonds, your mansion, and drive, and your little secretary. I am your little secretary. You are fabulous garden the pilgrims cannot go into. Cornelia. Oh yes, now you are speaking the real thing. You are speaking Please go on speaking continuously. It is a signal and a symbol of snobbish loving grace. I am very, very different. You on the other hand, you on the one hand, you are majestic. I am very poor woman that came to your house. My grace is different. You just like, even though almost our own age, we both of us in our own age, you are on the high post and I am on the lower post. You are in the North Pole, I am the South Pole. Because my gray hair you look, it has a different poorish look. This imperial coronia, gray the color, and the phone that I'm ringing, that being is the different between of two kinds of gray. You will smile, you must expect me to go bold answers the question, making me house stake silence. To speak of things 15 years unspoken, you underline that statement. Page number 158 bottom. Page number 158 bottom, 2-3 lines underline. That a long time can make you silence. We have been keeping a silence just like a wall between Chinese wall between India and China, like Chinese wall, just like a wall has been kept between you and me. That is something unspoken. I am not strong enough to bold enough. I am not. You are speaking to the phone, my dear. The phone is open, you are talking. Some people is at the end that you have to keep in mind. So this is the stage of the catastrophe. This is the stage of the falling action that is slowly coming to the end. Now election being conducted there, and she understands her snobbery, and she understands that arrogance and the pride nature of a woman will lead to nothing. And later in the stage we will find today this much we take. One more class I will take to wind up this lesson. Thank you very much.